guys, it's Cash, and today I just wanted to talk a little bit about a podcast that I did yesterday, and then I'm going to get into something interesting, kind of tying more pieces of this twisted story together. So yesterday I did a podcast with Nexx Level, Nexx Level. It was great. I had a really good time on there. It was nice to get a different perspective from other targeted individuals all over the country. He had people calling in and telling about their stories and just saying really uplifting things. And as a targeted individual, I think that it's very important to remain positive and to try to see the good out of this situation, which I'm going to link the podcast down below, but I think Nexx Level is doing an amazing job of taking his situation, spreading awareness about organized stalking, and it was just a pleasure to be on the podcast yesterday. So I'm going to link that down below so you guys can take a look at what we talked about, and there's a lot of information covered in it. I think I was on there for 3 hours. Towards the end I was starting to yawn because I was getting so tired, but it was a good time, and I definitely hope that he has me on again. So let's rewind a little bit here. I was looking through the blog at my blog entries. So we're going to rewind to the summertime, to the street theater party. So this was maybe a week after the street theater party. I had an experience at my apartment. A man came to my house at 5 a.m. at my door. Fig woke me up, my dog. I heard keys jingling at my door, and there was a guy outside on my balcony terrace telling me that this was his place and that he lived here. And I immediately called the cops. I freaked out. But with everything that I know about the human trafficking and the SRA, it kind of all makes sense that a man with his pants undone would just show up at my apartment at 5 a.m. So today I am going to share the blog entry. I'm going to read it for you guys. If you want to read it yourself, it's on www.keepingitrealwithcash.com. I wrote this on June 24th, so June 24th, 2018, so I'm thinking that it happened either the 23rd or that it probably happened the 24th. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to read it to you guys. So, I will not be sleeping tonight. The scariest thing just happened 10 minutes ago. Figaro and I fell asleep around 4 a.m. Lately, Figaro has been waking up at strange hours and barking into the darkness. Yeah, creepy, but I love him. But this morning, the noises were knocks at the door and keys jingling. Here's the tea. I was pissed off because I had just gotten to sleep. I walked into my living room and there was a man standing outside trying to get into my apartment. Figaro was barking like crazy and I yelled, "What the F are you doing?" He responded, "I live here." I screamed, "No way, go away, no you don't." He backed away from the door. His pants were undone, belt and everything. I was just screaming in my window at him. He was staggering and pacing around the balcony. I called 911 because my bat is in my trunk and I was in a state of panic. Time out. My bat is now in my house, okay? So anybody that wants to show up at my house at 4 a.m., expect a surprise. Okay, continuing. Thank God for this man that I locked my door, because if he would have came into my apartment belligerently drunk like that with his pants undone, waking me up, he would have left here dongless. I would have let him bleed out on my floor. Ooh. Thank you, Grandma, for all those years warning me to always lock the door when I'm in the house alone. She instilled the fear of every possible bad scenario that could happen if the door was left unlocked in me since childhood. She saved this man's life. He walked past my door again, and I grabbed a knife. Go away, I yelled again. The operator said cops were on their way. My heart was beating so fast. The cop arrived and said that they found him in the lobby, completely wasted, disheveled, and slurring his words. Okay, but why was he trying to come into my apartment and telling me he lived here? He doesn't live here. Me and my dog live here, I said, frazzled. I was in such a state of panic. I was like frantic with this cop. The officer laughed and said the guy lives on the 8th floor. He must have confused the floors. He didn't live here. I'd never seen him before and never saw him again after that. Seriously, how drunk was this guy that he tries to go into an apartment that's not his and tell the person that actually lives there that he lives in there too? I started laughing then. Well, that makes me feel better, I said, and I felt dumb for calling 911, but the cop said that I did the right thing because I didn't know. I sat down on my couch to think about everything that has been happening. A lot of strange things have been happening to me lately. Stray cats are posting up at my building, conveniently waiting for me at the door when I come home. Birds flying in and sitting across from me when I'm sitting eating lunch. Butterflies everywhere. I literally felt like St. Francis for a long time. Animals were just coming to me, attracted to me. Going on. I remembered that I posted a status saying I was manifesting a tall, dark, handsome man earlier in the evening. He was all three of those things, just completely intoxicated and scared the crap out of me and Fig. I said, slow the F down, universe. At least let him take me out to dinner first. Now, this should have been a clue to me that they were watching my Facebook and they sent another honey trap to my house. I don't know what they thought, if I was gonna open the door and just say, come on in, you know, bang me. No, like, what? So now I'm like reading these things and I'm so glad that I wrote all this stuff out, because now it's making so much sense to me. Now that I know about the cyber stalking, the gang stalking, the human trafficking, like maybe they sold this drunk, belligerent guy my codes or something. I have no idea. It's just very strange that a man would show up at my apartment claiming that he lived here, trying to get in with his pants already undone and his pants unbuckled. So just thought that was interesting, something that I should share. I'm gonna link Katrina Maria's video down below, where she also talks about people just coming to her house at night and, you know, having their way with her. Thankfully, nothing like that has happened to me in my home. We're very protected over here, so we got bats. This cuts meat like butter, so we're not playing over here in these woods, okay? So yeah, that's all I got for today. So watch the podcast. If you haven't yet, my book, Escaping Possession, is on Amazon. And I'm told that it's great. Somebody told me that they read it, they couldn't put it down, and they laughed out loud 10 times. So I think that's a pretty good review of the book. But I'll be back tomorrow with some other wonderful information for you guys. Thank you for watching and have a blessed evening.